Hey everybody, this is Mad Matt Carter. Thank you so much for watching the AIWF Network YouTube channel as well as the AIWF Ringside Wrestling channel. If you like what you see, please do us a big favor. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications every time we post new videos on both our channels. It means a lot to us, and thanks a lot for watching once again. Then after that, they had Will Ospreay, and Cornette calls him Take a Shit because of the way his name's spelled, but it's actually Takeshita. And that match was like Japanese strong style like I had seen before. So I was familiar with what they were doing, but it was like more of a contest of let's see who can catch a spinal injury first. Because they were doing a lot of those moves that they did on the Japanese old NES video games where you just pick a guy up and drop him right on his head and neck. And I'm just sitting there like, but the impact and the way they were flipping and flying when they took those clotheslines, it was spectacular, but it looked really scary, dangerous.
Will Ospreay is amazing.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen him wrestle. So, but I'm sitting there like eyes agape, like, what the fuck? I mean, and I'm glad I taped it, I DVR'd it because I want to go back and watch that match again.
Yeah.
So it was just, it's just me. The older I get, the more I worry about people getting hurt, and that kind of stuff bothers me. But if these kids, they want to do that shit, more power to them. I mean, but they didn't do anything dangerous like Darby Allin did in the main event. So. They did a real nice piece on Sting. He came out to what's that Metallica song? Seek and Destroy. Which was pretty cool. And they had it was a furniture match. It was, garbage hardcore match. I mean, and I say that because there's literally garbage cans in the ring. There was every type of weapon you could think of. Aside from a weed eater or a chainsaw. And I understand that, like, with Sting being 64 years old, he's not going to get in there and have a technical masterpiece. He wouldn't do that even 20 years ago. That wasn't his style. Sting was more of a fighter. I mean, he could do wrestling holds, but I mean, most of the time Sting is just like, you make him mad, he goes, and fights on, So it was cool. Flair and Steamboat were there. They got involved in the match. But Darby Allin, I know you've all seen the clip where he jumps off the ladder and goes through the glass and it goes flying into the crowd. There's like people been hit. There's rumors on Twitter of lawsuits forthcoming because people reached out to AEW like, hey, caught a little glass, and they're like, well, that's too bad. It got blown off basically, which I don't think is good. Especially if they got treated by first aid while they were there. Now, if
I think the one in the corner was worse than the ladder dive.
I agree.
Because you can see the kid there at that corner of the rail, having to turn to keep from eating half of that pain.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That didn't look as bad on TV as it did on Twitter from the guy who actually shot it in the second row.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like he had just, like it was snowing around him, like he was driving in snow. The glass just, how it looks when you're driving in snow and the snow's just coming at you. Imagine that being glass just coming at your face. What's funny, they put on Twitter at the beginning of the show, somebody took a picture of a sign they had said, if you're sitting in the ringside area, be aware of competitors and objects flying and stay aware at all times. AEW will not be responsible for any accidents or something like that. It's like, well, you can't just put up a sign and relieve yourself of liability.
No.
Can I put a sign on the back bumper of my car that says I'm okay to drive drunk and then get in the car after I've had a few cocktails and drive around town and the cops can't pull me over? I mean,
by their logic,
it's like those signs with the trucks with the gravel that say 400 feet or they're not liable. That's just not true.
No,
they just put the sign up there, but if a gravel comes out and breaks your windshield, they are liable.
Yeah,
they put it up hoping you believe it.
Mm-hmm. So that's a good example, Brian. Thank you. Of just people writing bullshits on signs and thinking that covers them.
Right. But, and my thing, if you want to, I mean, I've used glass, have gone through glass several times. but it was in the middle of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm going to say, did you do it within
that's my issue. If you want to endanger yourself by going through glass, that's fine. I've done it myself. But it's when you do it to where the glass goes projectile out into the audience is where I had the issue.
Yeah, but I don't remember you jumping off like an extraordinarily, like I think somebody just slammed you through the glass door. Is that right?
Yeah,
a backdrop.
Right.
So the containment of the explosion was pretty much downward and in the same area, right?
Right.
What made this bad was the Darby Allin thing was, again, within 5 feet of fans on both sides. They put the pane of glass on 4 chairs, and he just did a front flip down onto the glass, hit it square. I will give him that. He did not miss. He hit it square and landed on the chairs, and the glass just goes and just flies up. Yeah,
we've already established that I did not watch the pay-per-view. So, and I have seen the clip, but what was the setup to that move? I mean, was there supposed to be somebody laying on the pane of glass?
Yeah,
he was staggered in front of it.
Yeah, there was no chance.
It was the
How
stumble
do you set that
spot
up without looking like a complete idiot?
You didn't.
You don't.
They looked like a complete idiot, and it looked fake, and it looked phony. And I'm sorry, a lot of people thinking, oh, you're just saying what Cornette did. No, I enjoyed the match, but that was just jumping through glass in a dangerous manner for the hell of it. And see, it wasn't the glass between 2 chairs, so it would go. So like Brian was talking about, he got backdropped through glass, and it went down, right? But this glass was set on 4 steel chairs, so there was nowhere for the glass to go down. So when Darby landed on the chairs, all 4 of those chairs, the glass just went, it was like a spring, and it just went, whoop, and it shattered, and it just flies in every direction.
Probably safety glass, so it went out in little chunks too.
It was. It was safety glass, and it looked like a shotgun.
Yeah.
But you have to use safety glass so you don't impale yourself.
Yes.
But Darby
as I saw that one sitting right beside you almost do one time in Elkin, Reagan.
No.
I'll be honest. The tag match, me and Flop against Brian, and I can't remember who he was teaming with, but went through the glass at the end of the match, and there was a shard this big laying right beside him that I'm looking at from ringside going, oh God.
Oh, I remember that but for some reason that wasn't safety glass, right?
No, I think somebody screwed up that night. I think we had talked about getting safety glass in, and somebody screwed up and brought the wrong stuff.
Don Carson probably took it off of a trailer back in the trailer yard that was not being sold.
Probably. The other dangerous move, as Stephen Hayes alluded to, was Sting actually went through some glass that was set up in the corner of the ring, and it flew into ringside. And I think that one was actually worse when you see the clip on Twitter of that going through, into the crowd like that. It was like driving through snow. And I really hope nobody got hurt. The end of the match, they did a bunch of false finishes. Sting finally hooked the Scorpion Death Drop, bam, 1, 2, 3. It was all over. And he was going to give a retirement speech, but they ran out of time. And so it went to black at midnight, and you had to watch it on Twitter about 20 minutes later. So people have been teasing AEW for weeks about not being able to time shows. Well, they fucked up and didn't time a 4-hour pay-per-view right either, because they ran out of satellite time at midnight.
Wait, that pay-per-view was 4 hours?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah. I started watching about 7:15 during the pre-show, and it did not end till midnight.
I guess that's how long pay-per-views are, but I don't know.
WWE usually keeps theirs to around 3.5 anymore. So unless it's WrestleMania, and then they do 4 hours each night or 5 hours each night, whatever it is.
So tell me why is AEW doing this dangerous stuff? I seen a thing where Al Snow made a comment that somebody's going to die in an AEW ring.
Well, I've said it before. We've said it on this show before.
With the talent they have, why are they having to do this over-the-top stuff? I mean, they shouldn't have to. Are they that desperate?
I think they're that desperate to try to top WWE, and they think that's how they're going to do it.
Oh,
But it's not.
No.
That kind of wrestling, that is niche. It's
Mhm.
not for everybody. It's not, you're not going to go mainstream with glass and barbed wire.